All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, looks like you got a good first taste of doing a little bit of partner work, which is fantastic. Okay. So what I want to do now is just to make sure, I was reading through your guys' comments and it looks like the majority of you really did understand the document. Okay. I love how you guys went a little bit deeper and actually talked about what it meant. And that's awesome. Now, but really quickly, I want to make sure and give everybody a chance. Okay. I have given you whiteboard privilege now in Blackboard, you guys. So when I bring up my Blackboard classroom here, you guys, what I want to make sure is that you guys are able to now post on the whiteboard. And I know, okay, get it out. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to just play on the whiteboard really quickly. You've got 10 seconds in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody stop. I know it's so hard when I give you whiteboard privilege, right, you guys? You have to get it out of your system, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a new page, okay? And I don't want any scribbling on it. We are in grade 10, ladies and gentlemen. Show me that you can handle this, okay? I'm going to put up a new page here, you guys, and I have to just switch over to my other computer here to make sure that I can only do it from this one. Okay, here we go. So what I want to do, you guys, is now to make sure that you truly do understand that document. What I'd like to do is give you 2 minutes, okay? And on the whiteboard, using the text feature, so it's the little A, right? So I'm just going to move this over and see. There you go. This is what you should now all see, right? If you use this function right here, this is to insert text on the page. If you just double click this, and then you can actually draw a text box on the whiteboard. And I want you to type in any of the words or phrases, okay, that you guys used or talked about as partner group. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to do that. Please use the text function. All right. Please don't use the line function. I do like it to look nice so that we can all read it. Right. All right. So go ahead. 2 minutes, you guys. And you never know. Our whiteboard may end up blank. That's totally fine. This gives me an idea of if I need to address any of those issues of not understanding. All right, you guys. So take 2 minutes. And just on the whiteboard, type in any of the words or phrases that you guys talked about as a group, okay? And if you don't want to put anything, I'm not putting any pressure on you guys. Like I said, this is solely for me to communicate whether or not you understood the text, okay? So take 2 minutes to do that, please. All right. So this is what this tells me, ladies and gentlemen, was that every single one of you completely understood this text, which is great. So please if you ever don't understand anything, please feel free to make sure that you are communicating it with me though, you guys. I know today you still might not feel that comfortable yet posting stuff, but that's fine. I just wanted to give you the opportunity. All right. And you're right. It wasn't that hard of a text to read and understand, right? Okay. So here's what we're going to do next. Now that you all know, first of all, I'm going to take away whiteboard privilege. That's the first thing I'm doing from you crazies. All right. And we're going to go back to my PowerPoint just to remind myself, what is the next step? All right. So I'm assuming that we have a very, very clear understanding of this document. So your next step, right, is this. I want you to reread then the document. Okay. And anything that you gained maybe from even talking with your partner. Okay. And then I want you to then highlight the section. Okay. Because remember, each section is sectioned off with the lines. You believe where you fall today. Where do you think you are on that positive personal and cultural identity spectrum? Okay. That's what I would like you to do now, but just wait, because sometimes you may not fall completely in a section. Maybe it's one statement in one section, but another statement in a different section. Totally fine. Highlight the statement that you believe where you fall. Which one totally represents where you feel you are. Okay? Now, what I'm hoping to do with this, you guys, because then you're going to submit it to Moodle. Maybe this is a nice little chance for us to review submitting Word documents. If some of you missed ADC this morning, right? What I'm hoping to do is we're going to revisit this document at the end of the unit. Okay. And I'm going to see if you guys have gotten any growth within this topic. Okay. So really I'm not going to mark it. It's essentially for me to help guide you guys through your learning journey. Okay. Throughout this unit, I'm hoping that you guys see some growth within this. Okay. To take you to the next level. So that's what your next task is to do. Before you do that though, I want to, So Ian, great question. Okay. So Ian just asked, how do I see the recording from ADC? I missed the first 15 minutes. Totally fine, Ian. When I'm done class, the link will be sent to me and I will put it up into the ADC assignment. I put all the live classroom recordings in there. So you'll see it this afternoon. Okay. You just got to give me some time. All right. To get it in there. But let's review then how to submit a Word document in Moodle, because I know a lot of you weren't in ADC this morning and weren't there, right? So let's do that really quickly, and then this will be fantastic review for the 5 of you that were there. All right. So when you're in the assignment, right, you guys, the positive personal and cultural identity self-assessment, once you've highlighted where you are, make sure you save your document, obviously. You're going to scroll down and then you're going to see an add submission button. Okay. So when you click on that, again, it takes you right back to the top of the page. I know it's scroll of death. Come on down. You're going to see file submissions. All right. So there's 2 ways to submit your files into Moodle. You can click and drag. So if you want to make your browser a little bit smaller, click your Word document off your desktop or wherever you're saving it and just drag it into this area right here. Okay. Or if it's not allowing you to do that, okay, there is a multi-step process that you can actually do. Up in the top left-hand corner, you guys, you'll see a little paper with a plus icon. If you click on this, this is how you're going to add files. Okay. So if you click on this, you'll get this little dialog box right here. Make sure that it's on upload a file. Okay. Then you just have to hit your browse button and you'll get your save as box, right? Find your document. I'm just going to randomly upload this one, right? Highlight it, hit open, and then upload this file. Okay. Now when it's uploaded, right, there you go. It'll pop in just like that. Done and done. Then you just hit save changes and you have submitted your document. All right. So that is how you, that you hand in your self-assessment. And secondly, how you hand in your Moodle tour, right? From ADC this morning. Okay. Costin, great question. No. Okay. I do not want you to highlight everything you really understand. I want you to highlight which statement is where you personally are at. Okay. So when I'm just going to cancel out of this, you guys, so I can open up and give you a more specific, because I think I actually closed this. So let's open it back up. Right. So if I believe I am this first section, like I believe I am aware of myself as different from others. And I know my name. With some help, I can identify some of my attributes. Yeah, maybe that's me after reading all of them. Okay, maybe that's where I'm at. So that's where I'm going to highlight. Or maybe you're more this section, right? Or are you this section, right? So on and so forth. Really, I only want you highlighting where you believe you fall on here. Okay. So Jesse, if you can't highlight, totally fine. Is there some way on your Mac that you can like underline or put a star or some sort of shape, something that you can see? If not, Jesse, okay, what you can do, okay, is, what you can actually do is, how about this, Jesse? If you can't do any of that, if you can't like highlight or whatever, copy and paste onto a new Word document, Jesse, the statements where you believe you are at, and submit that to me. That would work as well. Okay. Does that make sense, Jesse? Good. And Costin, that makes sense then. So this is very, very personal to you guys, where you think you are at. Okay. Right today. All right. That's really, really key. All right. So let's head back then, you guys, because essentially we're down to about 45 minutes. So if you get a little chance, a little break, make sure that is submitted today. Okay. That's really, really important. But now what I want you guys to do is now we're essentially heading into our first real assignment. Because this self-assessment, you guys, like I said, it's going to help me understand where you are and get you to that next step. All right. And hopefully it'll allow you to do that as well. It's allow to you to recognize where you are, right, in that spectrum. Now what I want to do though is delve deeper into your personalities and your characteristics. So we're going to take a look at the best part of me. This is really essentially your first assignment for English. All right. I want to show you some of my samples that I got from students last year, you guys. They've all given me permission to use these. All right. And so you can get an idea around what the best part of me is and what it is all about. So I actually have my student samples in my assignment here. So if I go back to my English 10 and scroll down, you guys will see the best part of me. And if you click in there, you can see there's the learning targets that we talked about earlier today, right? Okay. And if you scroll down, I've actually put in some student samples. So there's essentially two parts, okay, to this assignment. First of all, you have to choose the best part of you, okay? And it does need to be a little bit of a physical attribute. What do you love about yourself, okay? Now, but I want to make that very, very clear. It actually doesn't have to be something that you can see, right? So you can see some of my students last year chose their brain, right? Because that was the best part of them, was their brain. So they essentially couldn't take a picture of their brain because that would be gross. But then they just found a Google image, right, to represent it. So the first thing is you have to choose the best part of you, right? Choose a body part that's the best part of you. And in a paragraph, you've got to explain why. Why is that the best part of you? Okay. And then you also have to take a picture of your best body part. Okay. Or like I said, you guys, if you're choosing something that you can't necessarily see, you have to find a Google image, right? That's not going to gross me out. Okay. So you can totally see there's a lot of different ways. And you guys, I put this right into the assignment so you can go see what students did last year for me. All right. I want to make that very, very clear. So if I head back to my PowerPoint, you guys, okay. So I showed you some student samples and now here's the assignment. I just want you to take 1 minute to think about what is the best part of me. If I had to ask you that question, what is the best part of me? I want you to take 1 minute. Then I want you to partner up with the same partner that you've already had. Okay, we're gonna stick with the same partners throughout this whole class. And then we're gonna share, okay? Again, use that private chat function, just like we did earlier, okay? So you're gonna partner up and share. But right now, I just want you to think to yourself. Take 30 seconds and think to yourself, what is the best part of me? Is it my lips? Is it my eyes? Is it my ears? Is it my hair? Because you got some good locks. Whatever it is, right? That makes you feel good about yourself, okay? And then we're going to partner up, all right? So let's partner up, or let's remind you guys who's partners, right? So we've still got Anthony and Brianna, Kaylin and Christina, Connor and Eric, but it looks like Eric's away. So it looks like now we're going to switch it up a bit. So Connor, you're going to go with Ian. Jaden, you're going to go with Jesse. Jonah, you're going to go with Costin. And Leeds, you're going to go with Tiana. Okay. So those are your partners. Let's just take 2 minutes. Share with your partner. Okay. Make sure both of you get a chance to speak to each other and share the best part about you and why. All right. So take 2 minutes and do that. Go ahead. Perfect. I can see you guys still chatting. So go ahead, please finish off your thoughts with your partner. That is fantastic. Okay. Now, I'm not going to ask you guys to share, okay, in the room with this one. This was a little personal piece that I just wanted to get some ideas around what you guys were going to do for your own personal piece of best of me writing. Okay. So like I said, you have to choose a body part to write about, okay? Doesn't have to be something that we can see on the outside, right? And I know if some of you were thought that brain idea was really good. Now you have the choice to represent your favorite body part, okay? Now, most of my students last year just wrote a paragraph about what it could be, right? Why it represents their favorite body part. It doesn't have to be a paragraph. It could be a poem that you love. It could be a song that you write or a song that you find that really represents, but you have to explain why, okay? So you don't just get to choose a song or a poem and then, right? And then show me a picture of your body part. You have to explain why you chose and how it connects to that body part, okay? That's really, really important to me, okay? Now, I say that it can be handwritten, but actually I obviously didn't change my PowerPoint. In my assignment, I've actually changed that. Totally up to you guys, okay? So it does not have to be handwritten. If you want to type it out, totally up to you guys. If you do want to handwrite it, totally fine. So you'll see some of my students typed, some of my students hand wrote. It's completely up to you guys how you want to do that, right? Personally, I do like the handwritten one just because it makes it a little bit more personal, but it's up to you guys, okay? You need to make sure you take a picture of your body part and then put the two elements together and take a photo of it, okay? Make sure the background's quite neutral, okay? And then you can submit it to Moodle. Now, some of my students couldn't figure out how to put their image and their paragraph together or their written piece together and sent it separately. Totally fine, okay? I just want these two pieces, right, together so that I can assess what you guys have done. All right. So and then submit that to Moodle. Okay. So that's the last piece I have for you guys. Now, give me a green check mark in Blackboard if that makes complete and total sense to you. If we are on the same page and we understand what we need to accomplish today, give me a green check mark in Blackboard. Awesome. Good. Absolutely, Christina. Yep, you can do it in Word and then insert a picture or send a picture separately. Totally fine. Absolutely. Yep. Okay. Now, great question, Ian. This is one of my favorite questions from you guys. When did this assignment due? Okay. Just like in ADC, you guys, I will put a due date beside the assignment when I want it due. This one is not a tough assignment. I don't believe it's a large assignment. I will probably ask that by next class, you have this due. That means that I don't see you until Thursday. So Thursday, it will be due because I will be introducing something new to you guys. All right. So great questions, you guys, so far. All right. Kaylin, you haven't given me a green check mark. Are you clear on what you need to do? Okay. Please make sure. All right. So you essentially have about 35 minutes, okay, to have your work done. This is the time where I am done. I'm done on the live feed classroom. I am not done though, right, in Blackboard. So this is what we do. I say goodbye. That's okay, Kaylin. I say goodbye to you guys from the live feed, and then we just end class in Blackboard, okay? And I will then dismiss you at around 11:30-ish. All right, you guys? So I'm going to say goodbye. Give me about 5 minutes to get back to my office. Let me get set back up and stuff into Blackboard, and we'll be good to go if you have any other questions. So all I ask is that you hold off on any questions because I'm going to be taking myself out of Blackboard and I won't see them once I log back in. Okay, so hold off on any questions until you see me get back into Blackboard. All right, so go ahead, get started, you guys. See you in 5 minutes.